welcome everyone. I felt really inspired to jump on and do this interview with Lisa Witter today. Lisa is a former business partner of mine. We had a business called Wake Up and Change the World, and we share a similar, life purpose and mission of really helping people be awake and aware and peaceful and centered and powerful in their lives. And so she is doing some incredible things now around meditation, teaching people how to deepen a meditation practice, how to get more regular at meditation. And I wanted to share that with all of you, but I also wanted to just come and talk a little bit about the impact that meditation has had on my life, the impact that I see it having on the lives of my clients and my colleagues and constituents, and how it is, I posted earlier, like it is kind of the secret sauce that some people don't talk about, but a lot of people are starting to talk about under especially mindfulness, mindfulness inside of organizations. And then also, if you're not working for a company, but you have your own business, you're an entrepreneur or a practitioner of some type, how it can really support you to further your career path as well. So welcome, Lisa. It's so great to be with you as always.
Yes, it is. I'm so happy to be with you again. It's been a long time since we've been in this type of situation together, but we used to do it all the time together several years ago.
Times a week.
Yeah, lots and lots, yeah.
Lots and lots. So Lisa, I just wanted to, come and talk to you a little bit, because I have to say to you and to others that are watching here, that you are the person in my life that I know keeps such a regular meditation practice. And I myself, true confessions, kind of tend to dip in and out of it. I'll get regular and then I'll let it go. And then I'll realize the impact that that's having on my life by letting it go, and I'll get back into it. And you're the person I always call to help me get back into it and get centered again. And for me, I kind of liken it to working out. If you're really regular at working out, you're going to see the muscles build up. You're going to see the difference in your life. You're going to see, your body changing, but also like the endorphins and all the benefits of that. And meditation for me is the same. So can you just talk a little bit about your experience of having a regular practice and the difference that that's made for you?
Yeah, absolutely. And you sort of covered a lot of things there that I want to point to that are so common for most meditators, like most people that have a meditation practice. I know that you've had a meditation practice off and on, as you say, dip in and dip out, but not for just like a year. You've been doing this for decades. You lived in India in an ashram. I mean, so it's not like you've been doing it off and on, So it was funny. I was thinking about this this weekend. That a lot of people use meditation in the same way that they use, like you said, working out or dieting. And I sort of think of it like conditional meditation, like, oh, I want to manifest the perfect job or the perfect client. So I'm going to really get in and do my meditations for a month and be super committed to this. Or, turbulent times came last year with COVID and just the craziness of COVID. It's like, okay, this is the time for me to meditate because life is so stressful and I just have to meditate to get to inner peace and calm. So it's in the same way where you work out before you get married. And, when I did this for my personal trainer days of the women that would come to me 3 months before, okay, I got to lose 30 pounds to fit into my wedding dress or to go to my high school reunion or whatever. So I call it conditional meditation. And you're laughing.
Oh my God, I'm laughing so hard because that is so true, right? We do that. We we're humming along and we don't think about it. And then we get into a panic and then it's like, oh, I need the thing that's gonna fix everything or solve this problem or plug this hole.
Yeah, I need that magic thing, and I know that magic thing is meditation. Why do I know it's meditation? Because I go to my yoga classes, and that's what my yoga instructor tells me. And we do our little shavasana at the end. I get that little good glowy feeling at the end. Or I went to a really cool retreat where we did meditation, and I loved it. And so I have this experience of it, and I know that it's good to do. I have an experience of it feeling good. But like that getting on the regular consistency of it is a whole other thing. And I was talking to another friend of mine, Mark Porteous, about this yesterday, and just talking about, you just like anything else, you have to know why you're meditating. Like if you don't have a why, if you don't know why you're meditating and don't keep that front of mind, then it gets really easy to be like, I'll just sleep in that extra 30 minutes because I had one too many glasses of wine. So getting up earlier today just doesn't feel so good. You have to have a why. You have to know why you're doing what you're doing, right? So,
yeah, and I think that's really great. And it's okay if your why, it's okay if your why is, oh my gosh, there's a pandemic now, and I remember that this is a tool for me to feel good, or right, like just like the example of I need to lose 30 pounds to fit into my wedding dress, like whatever that is, there's no judgment about what calls you back to it or what calls you to it in the first place. I think that, that's valid, right? I know that for me, I got into meditation the first time I was 29. I had just gone through a divorce and I was like, who the heck am I? I don't know. Like, I need something. And, at the time, church wasn't doing it for me. And so I was seeking something else that felt just more aligned with, who I was, and something that I could have every day, not just on a Sunday. And, and so I had friends who were doing this meditation circle and they just invited me, and it just it felt so right and natural, compared to some other spiritual practices or things that I had tried. And so that's how I got started. And like I said, I kind of went in and out of it, and it took different forms. And so whatever your why is, whatever's calling you, that's great, follow that. And there's a lot more potential here for you with a regular practice than just a quick fix that then goes away.
Right. And I would even say that we all actually have the same why if you dig deep into it. So can we play a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just pretend like we're back when you were 29 and you started meditation because of this big life transition that you were in. So why did you start meditating?
I was looking for a way to understand myself and, to, I guess, connect with something more authentic, deeper, truer. I mean, at the time, I don't think I was saying I want a spiritual practice,
No. Yeah.
but it was like, what matters, like what's the meaning here? Like, what is the meaning of my life? And what the heck am I doing here on the planet?
Right. So you wanted to connect, you wanted to understand yourself better. And what would that bring you? What lies underneath understanding yourself better and knowing why you're here, your purpose?
I think just a sense of peace and ease, and just like being okay, like being yeah.
Yeah. And what is a sense of peace and ease and being okay? What does that do for you in the end?
The only word, and obviously we did not plan for this, y'all. She's springing all this on me. The word that comes is fulfillment, or just.
Yes, there we go. Okay. That's
I did it
right. And another word that you could use for fulfillment, just a really simple word that we all use and know and want, is happiness. I just want to be happy. It doesn't matter what you think that exterior goal is. You know, I need to calm my mind because it's so stressed. I need to, you know, reduce my stress. I need to manifest more money. I need whatever. All those things are, we really just want to be happy. We want to be free from pain and suffering, and we want to be happy. So you're absolutely right. It doesn't matter what your goal is, what you think your goal is, but the truth is that we all want that one same thing, which is to be happy. And meditation gives us that promise. Not Lisa Witter doesn't give you that promise. Meditation gives you that promise. The teachings of yoga tradition tell us that when we have a consistent, a regular meditation practice, that it brings us to that state, that feeling of fulfillment and happiness. And it does. And it's one of those elusive things that is much harder to articulate, which is why, you know, you probably felt like I was putting you on the spot and you're trying to search your words for what you were actually experiencing, right?
Right. Yeah. It's hard to put into words sometimes, you know, and you just know something's not working in my life, you know, something's not working, or something's not the way that I want it to be. And
yeah. And so what yoga tradition tells us is that number one, it doesn't matter where we are on the path, it will work. But there's this map. It's really cool. The yoga tradition has mapped out sort of what we think will make us happy. And the first thing that we always go for is just regular pleasure, sensory pleasures, like eating a super yummy dessert. You know, eating this really yummy chocolate lava cake. I like that, or carrot cake, to being out and enjoying the smell of the spring flowers and these sensory pleasures, to the pleasure of intimacy. So we want that, right? And then but that only will fulfill us to a certain point. That will only bring so much fulfillment. You can get as much sensory pleasures, you can have as many cars and houses as you want, and that will only give you so much, as we all already know. And so then we start to seek success and wealth and power, and we all seek it. We all want money. We all know, you know, we want to make money. We all want to be successful in our work. So what do? We go get MBAs and PhDs. If you're like me, you get about 20 more certifications. Spend thousands of dollars on education to be successful. And successful is not pleasurable. It's hard work, right? But we're driven to success, and that's a natural thing for us as humans. But beyond success, because we all know success will only bring us so much pleasure, fulfillment, happiness as well, we search then for meaning, right? Viktor Frankl's man's search for meaning. What is the meaning of my life? What is my purpose? And that's where most of us, I won't say most of us, but you know, a lot of us, and you see a lot of people now in the world, especially entrepreneurs, business owners, who are focused on making an impact. And that is sort of in that realm of meaning and purpose. And what's my legacy going to be? And how am I going to impact the world in a positive way? And that's all really wonderful. but there's still, what the yoga tradition tells us is there's still one step beyond meaning and purpose. Because even when we have a meaningful, purposeful life, we still might not feel totally fulfilled. And, you know, I think I never knew Steve Jobs, even though I lived in Silicon Valley, and but I know that he was a yogi and he was very successful and he had a lot of meaning and purpose in his life. And at the end of the day, he had one book on his iPad or whatever, and it was Autobiography of a Yogi. And he was a very serious meditator. And so what yoga tradition tells us is the last and final search for us to feel fulfillment is to know the truth of who we are, to understand and awaken to our true nature, and to be liberated from all of our mental constructs that hold us back. So that's sometimes, you know, that it doesn't matter which of those ones you're in. Like you said at the beginning, it doesn't matter which one of those you're in. You start at one and you just move to the next, to the next, to the next. And you can literally categorize anything in your life into one of those four buckets. It's sort of cool. You can think like, okay, I'm doing this. Which bucket does it fit into? Is that a sensory pleasure one? Is that a success one? Is that a meaning and purpose one? Is that a, you know, self-realization one? So
it's so interesting. Yeah. And I can look at, you know, my life and the lives of my clients, and you can go back and forth. You will go back and forth. You don't just stay on a linear path and then, oh, you've reached self-fulfillment, you know, at the end of it. No, you're going to go there, you're going to go back. And something I always tell my clients is anytime you're at your growth edge, right, you're going to confront all of those questions again, especially, right, when you're like, you're growing, you're evolving. We are all evolving beings, right? And so you're going to notice, oh, now I'm pursuing that, I'm pursuing that. And it's not like any of those are bad and wrong. They're just the human experience.
That's human. Those are the four things that we want in life. We want pleasure, and you should have pleasure. We want success and wealth, and you should have success and wealth. And we want meaning and purpose, and you should have meaning and purpose. You should pursue, I shouldn't say you should have, you should pursue those things. Right? Yoga just gives us, and when I say yoga, I mean yoga philosophy, yoga tradition, gives us tools to do that in a way where we can find as much fulfillment in those pleasures as possible, where we can find as much fulfillment and success as possible, as much fulfillment, if you're getting the idea of what I'm saying. So, and I like to think of it as the evolutionary spiral, like you're not circular going through these. If you're walking a conscious life, then you are cycling through these, but each time at a higher and higher level, or a deeper and deeper level, whichever way you want to look at it, of consciousness, of spiritual growth, and personal growth. Hopefully those two are going hand in hand on your path. It's personal growth and spiritual growth, and personal growth and spiritual growth. It's awakening and liberation. And I personally think of awakening as the spiritual side and liberation as all of the personal growth. Of course, they're, you know, sort of together, one and the same, but
yeah, super interesting. Yeah. So if you're watching this or you're watching the replay of this, just post in the comments and let us know what you're thinking, what you think about this, what is coming to you as you're listening to this, where you feel like maybe you're at the most right now, or what aspects of those things are you seeking? And I just love to also know, like, are you a meditator? Have you tried meditation? Are you just curious and you've never tried it? Just where you're at. And I also want to just let you know at this point that Lisa is doing a 5-day experience around this, where you can have an experience of meditation, and you're breaking it down into easy components to help people not have to wonder about how am I going to do this and what am I supposed to do again and how do I get, or maybe how do I get back into this? So can you tell us a little bit about that? And also we want to just post the link for where people can sign up and experience that. So maybe I'll go do that and you can share about it.
Okay, great. So yeah, thank you. It's called the Monkey Mind to Monk Mind 5-Day Meditation Project. And it starts next week. It's free. It's a free experience for anyone who wants to participate. It's Monday through Friday next week. So that's April 19th through April 23rd. We'll be meeting right here in Facebook. There's a special Facebook group for it. And we'll be meeting from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And what I'll be doing over the course of the 5 days is giving you a very simple 3-step meditation method that will help you to focus your mind so that you can tap into that inner peace and calm and your own intuitive intelligence anytime you're sitting on the cushion or sitting in the chair, whichever way you meditate. And I really wanted to do this for my community because one of the things I do is I encourage all of my clients to meditate on a regular basis, but the number one thing that I hear people tell me is it's just so hard to focus my mind. I don't know what to do. And on top of that, there's a bazillion meditation apps, or do I go to Calm or Headspace or Insight Timer, or do I go to YouTube and find just a random meditation and do it? Because that's what most people do. And then they just feel like they're not really getting much out of their meditation. So the meditation practice stalls off. So my goal of the 5-Day Meditation Project is to give you everything that you need to learn how to focus your mind during meditation, but also to have a consistent practice and to want to sit on that cushion daily for 15 minutes a day, because of course, as Kim said, that's one of the biggest objections that comes up, like, oh, I just don't have time, or oh, I'm just not motivated. So what's going to motivate you to know that no matter what's going on in my life, I'm going to commit to a meditation practice daily? And honestly, it's not much different than eating. Like, do you ever say, oh, I'm going to commit to eating breakfast or dinner or lunch every day? I'm going to commit to eating food every day. You need to eat food to physically sustain your body. And in the same way, we need spiritual nourishment, and that is what a meditation practice is. So
yeah. So I know, Lisa, sometimes people get intimidated by the words, yoga. They think that means like the physical yoga class where you're doing the stuff, and that's not what you're talking about. And also sometimes just like, I don't have a meditation cushion. What's a cushion? Like, I want people to know, like, it doesn't matter. You can sit at your desk, you can sit in a chair, you need to be able to sit upright, but can we just kind of demystify some of that stuff so people can know, like,
yeah,
you're welcome to come.
The first day is all about getting yourself prepared. Like, what do you need? What type of chair is good to sit in? Like, what's your environment around you? Getting yourself set up. Yes, you don't need anything to meditate, but you need something. So no, you don't need anything. And yes, you do. You do need a few things. And I'll tell you with this.
Hopefully everyone watching this has a chair.
Yes.
Like, no one's homeless. Yeah. So, but it's very simple. It can be very simple.
Yeah, it's not, there's no mystery to it at all. Very practical. I am a very practical person. So throughout the 5-day project, I will be giving you practical help, things that you can do to make meditation easy for you and to make it something that you're inspired to do. on a regular basis, not just on a conditional basis, like you're getting ready for an event. So yeah, and yeah, to your point, you're right. Yoga, when I say yoga, wisdom, tradition, I'm talking about the bigger yoga philosophy, not just on the mat, doing asana and going to your yoga classes.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're someone who's been maybe like me, you kind of dipped in and dipped out, and you know you'd love to have a regular practice and a way to kickstart that, I think this 5-day experience would be incredible for you. If you're someone who has maybe tried meditation a couple of times, or you've tried the apps, like I really love Insight Timer. And Lisa, you're now featured on Insight Timer, which is so great.
Yeah.
So you can go
because
on.
Of you. You
Yeah,
told me
I was like, you gotta get on
there.
that.
I'm
Get
like,
on
you're
that, girlfriend.
right. I'm gonna get on there.
So you can go to Insight Timer and download the app and search for Lisa Witter, and you can find some of her meditations there. And this is just an incredible opportunity to join this 5-day meditation project, and you'll get all of the tools and the information that you need to make it more regular. I also wanted to just talk a little bit about why I said this is a secret sauce for top professionals, and how you and I brought meditation into our company and into the work that we did, and just to share that with people, I felt that was so special to do, especially in a partnership where it's like, okay, we're just going to take 5 minutes and meditate together here, and just create an intention around the bigger purpose of the work that we're doing, and the purpose of the work in people's lives, to support them to create businesses that make a difference in the world, and to support them to deepen into their relationship with themselves so they can show up as their best self at work. And so Lisa and I would do that together, and that was really fun and fulfilling. And then since then, I'm now working more with companies and teams and executives, and I'm talking about mindfulness. And people are under tremendous amounts of stress and pressure. People are losing, their jobs, and some people have been laid off and are, trying to navigate in this economy right now. And meditation is just giving them a bit of an anchor and a place to land in their lives, and to separate all the emotions that are going on for so many people facing loss of loved ones, just massive amounts of change. And I just find it, just even like you're talking about, 15 minutes a day can make such a huge difference. Or just doing a little like centering before a tough meeting or something. So my client this morning, we talked about it, and I didn't even call it meditation, but it's basically meditation, like getting centered, breathing, feeling grounded, just allowing the beingness for a couple of minutes. And then you go into, okay, I'm going to lead this meeting. I've got to like gather up all my leadership capacity here to lead this tough meeting. So what are you seeing, Lisa? Like, what are some of the ways that people are really seeing a big difference in their lives through having a practice?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things, and this goes for how it can help you at work when you're in the boardroom or dealing with your team that you're working with, to just being at home and dealing with your kids or your spouse or your partner, whoever it is. One of the most immediate things that you'll see, of course, is that experience of inner calm and peace with regular practice, but you will also see improved focus, which is why this is called the project is called From Monkey Mind to Monk Mind, because to be a good leader, you have to, whether you're leading yourself and just your family, or whether you're leading a team or a company or organization, you have to have really good focus. we talked about that a lot actually at Wake Up and Change the World when we were working with our clients. So that's probably one of the biggest benefits of meditation straight off, is not only that inner peace and calm and being able to handle the demands of your professional life with some equanimity, but that ability to have really, really good focus, and on top of that, creativity. We all know that to be in an organization requires, and to be a good leader requires, creative thinking. So while you think, but I thought meditation was about getting rid of thinking. Well, I'm not talking about thinking like the monkey mind where it's distracted, but you actually get to that place of quiet stillness where an infinite source of creativity and inspiration and intuition comes up. And so these are, I don't know, because I've never, I don't have conversations with a lot of these big top executives, but I venture to say the ones that do meditate do it because of those three reasons: because of that ability to maintain equanimity during demanding situations, the ability to focus, and the ability to be more creative.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is so, I study a lot of neuroscience and neuroscience of communication and leadership, and there's so much brain-based data now that is talking about this, and how there's no such thing as multitasking, and how if you are just running from Zoom call to Zoom call to Zoom call, and you're never taking the space to have creative thought, or to like let your mind, your brain cells have a break, you're not going to be as creative, you're not going to be as innovative, and you and your teams, your whole organization, right? So we need also to have our brains take a break, and one of the best ways to do that is meditation, reconnecting to just breathing and just being. And you probably can see this if you're in your life, if you think about like flow states that happened in your life where time disappeared and you were just doing something, you were in a conversation, you were doing a sport, you were skiing, or you were, for me, it used to be making pottery. Like 3 hours would go by and I would be like, where did the time go? And my back doesn't even hurt. And I've been like making pottery for 3 hours straight, and I haven't gone to the bathroom, and I haven't thought about it. It's just like so centered. And so in that activity, you can see that happened because you weren't like problem solving, like rehashing all these details. You were giving yourself a little bit of spaciousness to be more creative and to be more focused. So absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else to like close us out today? Everybody go to the link that's underneath this video and grab your seat for this 5-day meditation project. Pass it on. Do it with friends. That's the best way for me that I find to form habits, especially around stuff like this, is to be like, hey, let's go do that meditation thing together. Let's go do that workout thing together. Let's do that, new eating plan together. So that's just a suggestion. Anything else, Lisa?
Yeah, I do. I actually recommend that people find friends to do this with, so you can lock arms with someone and keep each other accountable. And if you're interested in this, number one, it's free, like we already said, but you're thinking, oh, but you're living in a part of the country where you're like, it's in the middle of my workday, I can't do it. Don't worry. All the sessions are live, but they will be recorded. So, at the end of your day, you can go ahead and watch the training at the end of your day. All I would ask is that you commit to doing it every day. So even if you can't show up live, just watch the recording and go through the training and see what shifts for you by the end of 5 days. And I would love to see you over in the project.
Yes, I will be there. I will see you all there. And I have so many excuses not to do it because I'm packing up my whole house. I'm leading 2 workshops this month. Like, I'm super busy, and I'm going, okay, I'm going to do this. So I will see you there. So come find me in the group and say hello and pass this on. And Lisa, thanks again so much for offering this. And I hope people got a little bit of more of understanding of the value of it. And I know it's going to be incredible because you are incredible and everything you do is top notch. So thank you so much, Lisa. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the group. Bye.